Hmm.
Hello, everyone. I was waiting for you, Sheila.
I know. I always go, hello, hi. And I thought I'd just kind of take it down a notch because even when I watch it, it looks obnoxious. So
Well, good to see you here. Good to see you.
I know I missed you. So I really missed you. I mean, Autumn did fantastic. I mean,
I saw you guys. It was great. We were driving through the Cascade Mountains and listening to you. It was awesome.
she really filled in pretty good. She's such a trooper. So anyways, I was going to ask you, so you went on vacation. I really want to know what you did.
You know, it was interesting. I went with a friend of mine. The first time she and I got together to see Oregon, we just saw the coast and it was absolutely beautiful. And if you want to get close to the Irish coast, visit, you want to have the feeling of what it's like to be on the Irish coast. I imagine it's like the Oregon coast. The Oregon coast is like rocky and cold. It's not the sunny coast of Southern California. So we skipped that this trip and we decided to head east. And we saw Mount Hood and the Cascades. And we went to visit Warm Springs Native American Reservation, got some beautiful art. Yeah, it was nice.
I can't wait. I have we got to do a few things. We got to do some housekeeping. Number one, you can say hello to all of the people
I
in
would
the
love
chat
to do that.
and welcome everybody. But I want to get back into your trip.
Okay, so before we do that, let me go ahead and give gratitude to everybody who was kind enough to spend today with us, starting with Greeter TK. Thank you, Teresa, for joining us. Wild Heart, hello, hello. Sharon Sipe is in the house. Hi, Larry 49456. I'm glad to see you here. Renee is in the house. Kitchen Table Tarot. I wanted to interview her. Hopefully we'll be hearing from her soon. Wild Heart. Hello, hello. Desiree is in the house. I'm sure she's ready to rock and roll, as is Engla O'Neill. Becca Lynn. Thanks to a membership to Becca and Chase Zamo, B. Smith, and Desiree Robato. Again, congratulations on being a new member. And Sheila, back to you. What's going on?
Well, lots of stuff going on. We're just trying to get through this energy. I don't know about you, and we'll talk more. The weirdest energy has come in. Have you been feeling it? Like the weirdest? It kind of goes from like almost a depressive state, and I'm not a depressed type person, all the way to I want to fight. And I felt this energy coming in. Have you kind of feel any of this coming in? And I was just saying just today, I am so sick and tired of this energy right now.
Well, I think what's happening, both astrologically, if you're looking at the astrological charts, starting in the third week of April, going into May, June, everything just starts to fire up. It's all the engines are going to rev up. If you go into the remote views, it's like the sun card is coming up a lot, the worker cards. May 1st is Labor Day, and that's really apropos because that's when the laborers used to go out and sow, and they would prepare to, harvest and reap the grain, etc. And that's really how it feels as a remote viewer going in. And so I think what you're picking up, and what a lot of people are picking up, is just all that stress and anxiety as the machines start to go up and moving. The good news is, because we're now starting to see that energy come in the third week of April up into May, June, August, is that if you were enjoying your time off, it's quickly coming to an end because there is plenty of work out there now, starting next week. Even.
I agree. I mean, everybody's really starting to gear up and also try to, be over COVID. We're all, really trying to figure out how that's going to look as well. But so back to your vacation. So I want to hear the best part about the Indian reservation you said that you were on?
Yeah, it's interesting. I got my degree in anthropology from University of Washington, and it was really cool to just go and meet people from the tribe because I had studied with Dr. Eugene Hun, and he was my mentor at University of Washington. And then when we drove through Warm Springs, we met an amazing woman, Bridget, who's an artist there, and she also happened to be an anthropologist and knew my mentor. So it was just small world. So it was a really cool it was really cool and also to see the beauty of the art. They do amazing beadwork and basket work. It's lovely.
Oh, good. How close are you to the I always forget the name of the hiking trail. I don't know why. I can't. It's like every time I get in front of somebody, I always forget the name of the Pacific Crest Trail. How close are you to that?
I don't know. I'm terrible. I don't exactly know where that is or where that takes you. But Pacific Crest would lead me to think you're probably. Are you talking about Astoria, Oregon?
I'm talking about from all the way from New Mexico, going through all the way through California, all the way through Oregon, all the way through Washington until you hit the Canada border. That's the trail I'm planning on.
Oh, that's probably just I-5. Yeah, that's the I-5.
It's a hiking trail.
Oh, the hiking trail maybe go. It seems to be running parallel to the I-5. Oh, you're gonna walk it.
Yes, it'll probably take me at least 4 to 5 months. I'm planning it probably next year, and get lots of footage and stuff. So that's the trail that I am planning on doing. I was just wondering how close you were to it, because there's lots of towns along the way that I can get out, and I can go take a shower, get a hotel room if I need to, eat this, that, and the other. And you just get back on the trail and you just keep on going. A lot of people can do it in like 6 months, and I may just do a portion of it the first time, but that is definitely what I'm going to be doing.
What I would do if I were you is I would bring a car and I would drive, and then when I see a part of the trail I want to hang out in, I might just go walk around the trail, then get back in the car.
Oh, no. Yeah, no, absolutely not. My whole thing is I'm going to fly in there. And not have a car and be completely on my feet, and also, sleep out on the ground, sleeping, all of it. I want to do the whole thing. But it's the Pacific Crest Trail is what it's called on that side. I've already done the Continental Trail, especially in Colorado. I've done it from Nebraska all the way down. So I've done the Continental Trail. So those are the things I like to do. And I was just wondering how close you were to that. But anyways, onwards.
If it's those, if it goes where you say it goes, then it sounds like it's pretty close to the highway. So fairly close.
I don't think so, because I've seen lots of documentations on it. If it goes up and over, the mountains, it's a thing. It's a thing.
Wow.
It does go to some small tiny towns in the mountains. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah, definitely check that out. I was wondering if you were close to it, we could meet up. Hi, how are you?
Yeah,
I can continue on.
I will meet up, but I will be coming by Uber.
But that's fine. That's fine.
Wanted to give a shout out to your new member here, G. Valenti. Congratulations. Sounds like a lot's going on there with your membership. I was going to ask you about one of the new things you were doing on membership about your spirit. I was very curious about that. It was called a spiritual conversations. Conversations. Yeah, I posted up one of my spiritual conversations up on my page. If you haven't checked that out, please go check that out. And then so I'm doing spiritual. It's like a series that I'm doing. I don't know how many I'm going to do, but it's definitely a series that I'm doing, and it's available to all tiers of my membership. So like the first tier as it's like lives. They get to the lives, and then the second one is the ghost stories. I love that one.
And the third one is those master classes that I capture a lot of master teachers in there.
Are you going to be teaching Tarot at the master?
I have on my live. I have a live in there that I was teaching Tarot, and I kind of give it a little thing there. So
good for you. Lovely.
Yeah, it's up and bubbling, right? I learn as I go. But anyways, I really want to hear about your membership. I hear that you're doing some really great stuff as well.
Well, it's cool. I have something similar to you. I have Fairies and Angels. It's like $2.99 a month, and it's basically slumber parties. Because it's more what I like about the Fairies and Angels is that it's intimate, kind of like what you do, where it's only 20, 30 people hanging out. Like I want to do a party where we get together and eat snacks. It's just going to be junk food Tarot. For Fairies and Angels, we say, are you going to be a fairy today, or are you going to be an angel? If you're an angel, you're doing like hummus, organic seed crackers. Okay, that's my angel day. My fairies is when it's like cookies. I'm just like totally mischievous. And then of course I'm certifying people now for HCRV. We're doing a certification, level 1, and then we'll do a level 2 and 3 as well. So I guess we're kind of creating a school if you want to hang out and get free, no charge for you if you're willing to just volunteer. We'll figure it out. But so I'm doing that, and then elders, which is the herbal medicine as well. So I'm busy.
You are a very busy girl. And here's one thing that we were talking about the membership is that this was a wanting, that we're still going to do everything we do on our YouTube channel. We love everybody that shows up, but this was a wanting and a need that we're providing for those who want it. It's not like we're excluding or anything like that. And I am looking into YouTube to see how I can get a scholarship going on to the membership card. I'm really working on that. I've already emailed them. I haven't heard anything back.
Or you could do PayPal. But I don't know how you would do that. Yeah, you'd have to figure it out.
You have to kind of go through YouTube, and I think I would have to put up maybe I would have like 100 scholarships that's available per year or something like that. And then what they would do is they wouldn't be charged, and I would always have it for the highest tier, of course, as the scholarship. But I'm working on that. YouTube hasn't gotten back with me, but I am relentless. So
dang,
that I am relentless. All right. So what do we have here for your? Oh, go ahead, hon.
Well, we actually, next on our list is if we could share any of the hot topics or remote views we have for the week before introducing our guest. We've got to spend 5 minutes on it at least.
Let's do it. Go for it, hon.
So, I'm curious if you've been doing any remote views, but my people have been listening to me. It's been Putin, and Biden. And I can't tell you how thrilled I am that we finally have a real president. They just came out. I don't know if people know. It's certainly something that's probably going to be with the blitzes today, that they now can prove collusion between Russia and the Trump campaign. So there's that came out. Mm-hmm. Then the other thing is that Putin is desperate. So he's like building up troops in the Ukraine. What he's desperate for is he's desperate for mediation. He's trying to prove that America is in violation of treaties. That's what it looked like from the remote. So now that's Voldemort's name, right? We don't want to say that name here, but so it looks like Biden has hit him with sanctions, a ton of sanctions, and has agreed to a summit, which is, I guess, pre-mediation. And I guess then after that will be the World Trade Organization, et cetera, because he wants back into the G7. It's now G7. It was G8, the big money group, the World Trade Organization. They kicked him out because he was in violation. His argument is that we're in violation. So it's going to be interesting to see it play out. But the good news is that we're at least willing to sit down and talk.
Yeah, I agree. I think Biden, like I said, he's a Scorpion. He's all about the humanitarian, all of this, but he's a Scorpion. We can't never forget that he has that beautiful, wonderful element. Yeah, that beautiful, wonderful element. He'll show up for the party, but don't mess.
Yeah,
don't mess.
Yeah, he hit. It looks like Biden hit Russia with some pretty tough sanctions. Did you pick up anything in your remotes?
I haven't picked up much on. Oh, I'm so sorry. I think I talked over you. Go ahead.
No, I was just wondering if you remote viewed anybody, if you had any targets this week or anything happened.
Well, I did have some targets. I have targets on gates, and I did a target on gate, and this was really something that really got me. Was when I was closed, I would close my eyes and I went into gates, and there's Matt Gaetz has a mortal enemy, and I saw him at Gates, and he was inside a merry-go-round, and he's sitting inside the merry-go-round, and this guy's on the outside, and he's pushing this merry-go-round, and every time it slows down, he speeds it back up. And then I saw other people joining, but he has a mortal enemy. He's going to make Matt Gaetz sick, and this is energetic. Like, Matt Gaetz is going to be sick. He's like sick. He's going to make him sick, and and he has that. He's a mortal enemy. Now, I didn't know this, but I guess Cheney is her name. What's her dad's name? I always forget names when I'm on here. Liz Cheney. Yeah. Her dad is probably extremely upset with Matt Gaetz. Now, that could be him. I don't know if it is him, but Matt Gaetz has a mortal enemy after him right now, and it's not going to, we're not going to not hear, it's going to be more. It's like more and more and more. Every time that merry-go-round slows down, thinking it's going to come out of the media, that guy spins it back up. So, yeah.
Wow.
So that was one of the things that kind of got me. I was like, whoa.
You know, it's so interesting that you're bringing this up, because last night I remote viewed Putin again, and he's terrified of being poisoned. And yet he himself has been linked to poisoning people in Britain, etc. The point he's trying to make is that Putin, have people high up in the intelligence agencies that are working for me in Britain, and that's how I'm able to do this. That's what Putin is trying to say with these assassinations. Not just, if you wrong me, I'll take you out, but I am everywhere. So it's kind of like menacing. But it was interesting last night that he feared being killed through poison. And so it makes me wonder if there aren't oligarchs and other people around that are seriously contemplating how to take him out.
Well, I'm pretty sure he's probably felt that many a time. But yeah. All right. So we have a guest today.
Oh, tell me, who is our guest? Tell me a
Well,
little bit.
you've met her because you interviewed her on your channel.
Okay.
I have seen her on collaborations with several people. She's such a delight. I absolutely love her. She really has been doing this for quite a while. She has a fabulous life story, and yeah, she's really had lived an interesting life. So, and she's working on a book, but I'm going to let her talk all about that. So, in no further ado, here is Lynn.
Hi, Lynn.
Hi, Lynn. Welcome to the remote view. I'm so glad that you've accepted my invitation to come on. But I'm going to go ahead and give you 3 to 5 minutes to tell everybody what you do, how you do it, and all that good stuff. So go for it.
Okay, first of all, I'm not sure what I do or how I do it.
You're perfect for the show.
Every morning when I wake up, I look around and think, I'm still alive. Thank you, God. I'm still here. But anyway, I'm so blessed. I feel like for you guys asking me, and I'm thrilled. And I want to thank you and all your viewers and anybody watching. And my name's Lynn, and I guess my channel's up there, Lynn Tarot Readings. And I don't know, when it comes to talking about myself, I guess a lot of people, even who get a hold of me for readings, want to know how long I've read. And from some of these new readers that are so good, I mean, like the one you had on last week, who said she just started doing that.
Yeah, you're gonna have to speak up a little.
Yeah,
like
speak closer to the microphone.
Yeah.
Okay, like the one you had on last week, who you said had just started doing this. She is so good. The lady that was born in Ireland.
Yep, Granny Helen. Yeah, she was.
So I have been reading cards for 50 years, but after watching her, I thought, that really makes no difference.
No.
It just comes. Some people are so strong and so hard. And so, it just, they just amaze me. And yet knowing we're all one and we're all connected to spirit. And I keep getting Edgar Casey coming through on my meditations. I would think it's totally my imagination, but he came through in a group reading to me once, and it was unreal. Anyway, that story's too long to go into now. So I thought, you know what? Instead of just thinking this is my imagination, maybe he's going to come in and help me for a while. And really, I really feel like I can feel my energy lifting since I've been working with this. So maybe he is going to come in and give me a little bit of help at this time in my life. So I was thinking about trying to do a remote, and I don't know that much about him. I mean, I know, how to go through the chakras, bring in the energy. But here's the question, and maybe some other people are interested too. You can do remotes on people that's passed over?
Yeah, because you just align yourself. The target is the target. Well, it doesn't matter whether they're dead or alive. You can still access the target.
So I think that's going to be my first experiment with a really hard, several, probably 2 or 3 times working on a remote to see if there's more energy or more messages that he has for me, because I have gotten messages from him off and on. Whatever. I'm sure it was from him.
Wow, that's very cool.
Because I spent 20 years just studying his work and working with a church that did his work and the ARE and stuff.
Wow.
So that's why. I mean, that's why that energy is so strong in me. But anyway, I do personal readings, and if you would like a personal readings, it's Lynn Tarot Readings at gmail.com. Lynn Tarot Readings at gmail.com. And so I don't know what else to tell you.
That's okay. So all of your information. So sorry, honey. All of your information is underneath all of your videos. Is that correct?
No, when I do videos, the information isn't under them. I always just tell them because I don't know how to put it under them.
Oh gosh.
So electronic.
Under a description, when you put the video up and they say give a description, just put it in the description.
Okay, I put it in there every once in a while. I wasn't sure anybody was looking at it, but I'll start doing it every time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can help you through that. Actually, if you ever wanted to go private with Whimsy and I, we can get you all set up, hon, and we'll take you. Actually, Whimsy is best at it, where she can put the thing up and we can just walk you through everything and get you all set up for your YouTube, honey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, it's easy to do.
Well, it's not easy to do, but she thinks it's easy, or she thinks it's easy.
Yeah, Whimsy always, because I hate that she's a genius.
But yeah, so we can definitely get you all hooked up. And also, I wanted you to talk about you're writing a book. You're going to be an author.
Started yet, but I that's my next goal in life is to write a book. I'm waiting to get enough money saved up to get a computer, because something I can type on, because I like to just sit down and be able to type. And I've got a little keyboard for my iPad, but I don't even know if you can store stuff in there. And that's something else too. I'm going to have to get somebody to give me lessons, because the last computer I used was on Windows 3 or something like that.
Yeah, time to change it out. Time to change it out.
So I want to get an Apple computer, so I'm going to have to get somebody to come over and teach me how to get around on it. So, I mean, and I'm not too cheap to pay somebody. You just don't know where to start to get some private lessons.
What? I actually got somebody through Craigslist. They were like $50 to come and fix some stuff, and and they were like minimum 3 hours, and they took it was great.
Yeah, but I don't want Lynn, because she's an older. How can I put this gently? She is a senior citizen. I'm just trying to be slick. And I don't want her on Craigslist.
Oh, okay. Anyway, I wanted to just give gratitude to Susan Fortier for the lovely donation of $50. We appreciate all the donations here. We have a ton of blitzes. Are you ladies ready? Are we done? Or are we ready to go to the blitzes?
Are you ready, Lynn?
I'm as ready as I'm going to get.
All right. So you're going to have to yell into the mic, because it's really low for the people. But other than that, and we just got to make sure that we are conscious of that. And here we go. So I know that Whimsy has them all. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Go for it. Huh?
Okay. So this first question comes from Melinda Ducher. Hi, Melinda, and thank you for the question. She says, hello, and thank you for the opportunity. Will Putin start a war?
Lynn's volume is not fixable, so we're just going to have to be really conscious and pay attention to what she's saying. And hi, nasty woman. She's going to just speak louder. So just letting everybody know in the chat. Just
okay. If I start sounding like I'm yelling, just let
you got to yell, hon. Got to yell.
Sound like it does to me, but you can hear me?
You gotta yell. Yeah.
Oh.
So you want me to go first?
Yes, please. If you already got them lined out, go ahead.
Yeah.
Scream it to us.
Okay. He's upset because he lost a, looks like lovers. Him and Trump weren't lovers. He actually hated Trump. But anyway, he lost the person he could manipulate. He's pretending that he's working on a lot of stuff and trying to scare people with invasion. Got the family money card, big money card coming in for the foundation of this. And so it's to do with making more money for him, I guess, in Russia, and manipulating money all over the world, putting out all kinds of ideas with a couple of things maybe he would really like to do, but the majority of what he's saying is just totally bull fucking. He's trying to pretend to be really strong. He's telling himself he's strong. And he keeps telling himself that no matter what anybody else says, that he's a good person. He's really afraid that his energy is going out. He's not as healthy as he was. And he's already telling himself that he's not going to take any offers from the United States, no matter what they are. But we'll wait and see, because I think that's what he's telling himself. I think what's going to happen is that he's going to be overpowered and have to. So that's what I got.
Okay.
Was that too long?
No, not at all. No.
Actually,
We're going to need to fix this and see if we can get this audio thing fixed, because they really, really can't hear you. So...
Okay, let me unplug the mic totally, and maybe it'd be better from my.
Are you able to get your pad closer to you so that when you are talking? Yeah.
What I was going to do is just unplug the mic and put the pad closer to me and see if it was maybe better.
Yeah, let's see if that works.
Usually the mic is best. Is it? Do I sound louder already?
yeah.
Okay, is that better?
Mm-hmm.
Not well. Go ahead and talk again.
Is that better?
No.
Okay, let me see if I can turn it up more up here. Is that better?
That's a little better. The where you're at and where you're talking into the mic, then we can hear it. But when you sit back down, it goes low again.
Okay, I turned it up. Is that better?
Just go ahead. Yeah. So just be kind of conscious of speaking up louder. Maybe that will help.
Oh, you know what? Excuse me. Is that better?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and sit down. Go ahead and sit down.
Is that better? I'm sorry.
I think that
unplug the mic. I didn't unplug the mic. Let me unplug the mic to see if I.
No. Now it's good. It seems to me like it's better. It's about 10-20% better.
Okay.
A tiny bit better, but go ahead and keep it. So yeah,
We'll just.
It is what it is.
Because I can reach up and unplug it and go through the computer because I pulled it so close to me. It doesn't matter. One's about 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, I think.
Okay, so I think this will work as long as you speak up a little louder and we just be really quiet. I think so. Okay.
Go on, little church mouses. It's your turn.
All right.
Is it my turn?
Go ahead, Whimsy. You're really loud.
It's so interesting, and this question. Somebody had asked which war. I think they're talking about attacking Ukraine because Russian troops are mobilized in southeast on the mountains above southeast Ukraine, and they're firing down on Ukrainian troops. And because they're higher up, the Ukrainian troops are vulnerable, and the president. Vladimir Zelensky actually almost got killed last week. So that's the concern. But when you go into this energy, Putin presents as the Queen of Pentacles. He's hidden. He's a lot more vulnerable right now than he is letting people onto. What's interesting here, what stunned me, is that I really believe that there's a lot of, was that a EBT we just got? I just heard an EBT. But anyway, what looks like what is gonna happen is that America has a lot more power than Russia right now, and a lot more power than Putin right now, and it almost looks like we could wipe Putin off the map But people don't know that we can wipe Putin off the map, because this is what's coming in for Biden. But it's like Biden is saying, I'm offering you salvation. If you don't take this salvation from me, I'm going to blow you out of the water, because death, in plainer words, the ball is in your court. We've got you. Remember how I had said in the previous remote, it looked like a Mueller had come back, and I couldn't figure out why is Mueller back at the Justice Department. And somebody had said that they had seen Mueller at the Justice Department 2-3 months ago, going in and out. And then this report just got published. It's the report that Mueller was not allowed to publish 2 years ago. So that just came out. That was what Mueller was cleaning up. So the guy's caught, and then you have a 4 of Pentacles, which, as you know, is the Buddha card, and it's also looking at somebody under a microscope. He's screwed. But the fact that Biden gave him this, look, we'll give you Afghanistan. We're pulling out of Afghanistan. We're willing to give you a little something. But boy, he's caught.
I tend to agree. I actually have the Queen of Swords, which is independent and direct. So independent and direct. He wants to be that. But we have the Nine of Pentacles that came in, discipline. I also have betrayal. So he's really mad. I mean, this man is really mad, and he wants to betrayal. I also have another betrayal card that came around, so double the betrayal. But what happens is, as the United States, the High Priestess of the United States, it's almost like Putin knows he's dealing with, like, I mean, not Putin, but Biden knows that he's dealing with like a little teenager, and he knows that if he punishes him, he's going to retaliate, and he wants to have that anger, and he's going to stomp around for a while. But Biden's the adult. And he's going to go, we're going to allow you to misbehave for just about that much. And then we're going to take care of you, is the feeling that I get around the whole situation. Now, I understand that that they're tied up. And this is the thing, that there was the one card that I found here, that they are tied up. They do have that push and pull, that, what they can do, push, pull. But I think we are going to always come out on top. The United States has always been known for the power that it has. And even though a lot of people in Russia would love for us to understand that they have some pull and some push, but the United States still has it. We still the power. We're still the power. So
yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like. I was surprised to see that Ace of Cups, actually, to be honest with you, coming in from, it's like Biden saying, I'm offering to save you, take it, Ace of Cups. And this summit, the summit is like saving face for Putin. Because I'll tell you, he's close to going to an international jail. I mean, I would not be surprised if this guy got hauled off to The Hague. So the fact that they're offering him a summit, that they're offering not to completely demolish him, he's so caught. The most dignified thing he can do is go to this summit. And we've hit him with such hard sanctions. He lost. It's over. This thing in the Ukraine is a desperate attempt to have a temper tantrum so that he could get what he got. It's the same as Kim Jong-un. Give me what I want, or I'm going to have a temper tantrum. Okay, fine. We're going to give you what you want. You're going to get a summit.
Yep. So what do we got next? Hi, Lynn.
I'm listening.
Did you have any more about that, or should we go on?
No, I agree with her. I think they were. I had the same feeling that they were just trying to pacify him. I got this vision of them just sticking a pacifier in his mouth with the summit when I heard about it.
Yeah.
So.
Cool. All right. What we got next?
Wow. So I really, that was cool. That energy, it's, oh my God. Yeah, very cool. All right. So I'm having fun today. Are you all having fun? Is everybody having fun in the house?
Of course.
Come on. We got to say give gratitude to everybody. Woof, woof. Get a little excitement going here. Nasty Woman Tarot. Congratulations on your new membership, by the way. Awesome.
Thank you. And you got to go check out her channel. They have a channel. Maybe she'll explain the Nasty Woman, the name. I was like, Oh, nasty women. But she has a little channel. She does like
And
lives and stuff like
we're
that.
all nasty women. We're not, we stand up for what we got to stand up for.
This is true.
Okay. This is a question is coming from Marie Henson. Hi, Marie, and thanks for bringing your question. She writes, will the new Texas voter law be tossed out in a higher court? They restrict, not protect. So they're restricting voter rights. They're not protecting them. Thank you very much from a Texan.
Ask the question one more time.
Okay, she wants to know if the new Texas voter laws that are restricting people's right to vote, if they'll be tossed out by the higher courts.
Okay, tossed out. Okay, that's the part I missed. Okay. Oh, I am going to invite her on the show for sure. We've already talked about it, nasty women and both of them. Yeah, I'm on it. I just have a lot. We're all the way till June. Whimsy and I still need to talk about, are we going to take a summer vacation or not?
Hey, honey, you're going to Ireland with me. I'm going to Ireland. You can come with me. 1 week vacation if we rent a car. It's so cheap.
I'm going. Going.
I'm going. Look, you can come with me or not, but I'm definitely going.
Okay. Well, we'll figure that out. Maybe I'll have to drop my papers on retirement before September.
Yeah. You want me to go on this already or not?
Oh, go for it, Lynn.
Can you hear me out there?
Yell.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of people that are just really afraid. This is in Texas, and they're wondering what to do. They don't know which way to go. They don't know who to join or what to do. But look at this here on the foundation. It's the women celebrating, because there's a lot of dark secrets that's going to come out that's going to help them either pull this law back or go in and have it thrown out in the court. In the sky, we've got the bird of paradise, which means that even if it gets put on the books, it will be getting taken back off. It's not going to happen immediately. We have the hangman, but here's Biden and the Democratic Party coming in and causing great disappointment to the Republicans that are trying to put this through. And I'm thinking that before these things are all over, it might end up in the Supreme Court because I've got the wheel of fortune in the world. So whatever happens, it's not going to be just a little thing that's pushed under the rug. This is going to be major, major, major all over the news media, and it's not going to get forgotten in 3 days. It's just going to keep coming until it's taken care of. And it looks like in the end that we will win, be able to vote, have people vote. Did you hear it all on that?
Wow, good.
Could you hear me?
Yeah,
a little. Yeah. I know. It's just gonna. It is what it is. We're just trying to. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna unplug this microphone. Maybe it's not working. Is that better?
Well, go ahead and sit down. See.
I think everything was fine. I think we need to let it.
Right here.
It was better with the microphone.
Okay.
Okay, so what I see is the lawyers going in. Look at this, carrying a ton of load, 10 of wands. To be honest with you, I think that the problem is there could be retaliation. That's the concern I have. I think the Republicans could withdraw because two things are going on. One is that the economy in Texas is completely collapsed within the next 2.5 to 3 years of what was the old economy. 9 years we have to be completely finished with the old economy because we have to be in agreement with the Paris Accords by 2030. So, for example, we're not doing any more gas engines, but this is a feeling like the next 2.5 years, the old guard is struggling with the new economy, with the also migratory changes, higher Latino, more people of color moving to Texas. But Ten of Wands coming in with their lawyers, refusing to negotiate. Four of Cups coming in from the Republicans. But look at this. We have an Ace of Wands moving in, and then smoother waters. It's unconstitutional. It was already decided unconstitutional in 1964. I mean, look, I hope he doesn't have to send federal troops in, but he will. It's exactly what Sheila said. She understands Biden. He's got a heart of gold, but you freaking threaten people of color or tell them they can't vote. He will send in the freaking federal troops. Don't make daddy come after you. He will. That's that kind of energy. Ace of Wands energy, man. That's the cojones. That's cojones.
I literally got that. Biden and him.
Yeah.
Coming in to take care of this. He the reason why Biden isn't as he's angry about it, don't get me wrong, but he's not concentrated on that because he knows what he can do. He knows the power that he can do. He knows that once he gets in there, he's going to be able to get the courts involved. We also have the King of Wands, the born leader, is also showing up, and he's going to put some security into that, and he has the strength to do it.
Yeah.
So he's waiting for that moment. It's almost like he has a list. Priority, and he's knocking out his list like he's got that marker. Slash, that one's done. Slash, that one's done, and you're next. And he knows that he has to get this done, but he's coming in. He's going to do something with all of these voting things. That's why he hasn't been so. You know what I mean? He knows it's there. He comments on it, how stupid it is, and all that, but he hasn't his energy hasn't been like, I will deal with you in a little bit. I'll deal with you in a minute.
You know what I call this card? The happy wife's card. That's kind of what the old gypsies say about this card, because it's an erection, right? So if it's new love and the bride is getting married and you get a card like this, it's like, oh, happy wife, you will be a happy wife, right? He really wants his woman, right? So it's the man who's got the guts and the strength, and it's entrepreneurship. So but Scorpio has that aspect where they can just take it on, so I'm not worried. I'm not worried.
I love scorpions. I love the scorpions. I adore there's a lot of aspects to all of the signs, but for some reason, I could never marry a scorpion. I would drive him crazy, but I love them. I love them. All right.
They put out of being so kind and loving and everything, but they can turn in a second.
They can?
Yeah.
That's who we need at the top. That's
they say that they're not supposed to touch alcohol. Like a lot of Scorpios that become like babalaos or magicians have a real problem. They have to stay away from all, because like what's Lynn, you probably saw it all. You used to have a bar. You must have seen Scorpios just drink and go nuts.
I lived with a Scorpio for 2.5 years, and he was an Irish New Yorker who drank all the time. So I got to see all the facets of Scorpio.
Yeah, well, it's that devil, it's that seduction, it's sex and drugs and rock and roll. So yeah, it is an aspect. All right, so sticking with the theme, a lot of questions coming in from Texans today. So sticking with the theme from Texas, Rose Bordeaux. Hello, Rose Bordeaux, and thank you for supporting the show. She writes, I know it's a long shot. No, it's not. I'm reading your question. But will Texas turn blue? I think she means it's a long shot that they will turn blue. But let's see. Is Texas going to turn blue?
Is Texas going to? I have Jackie here online with us, and she says, "Oh, you're a Gemini," and she goes, "You drive everybody crazy." There's that aspect of me. I get it. All right. So, will Texas turn blue?
Yes.
Are you in Texas, Lynn?
No, I'm in California.
Oh, okay.
But I got the law coming in. They're not going to get away with some of these things they're trying to do. We got the Empress, the Victory card, and the Bird of Paradise. That's about as blue as you can get.
Mm.
Nice. What did you get, Wims?
I went into it and I feel like I'm pulled into a remote about this new green economy, and the new green economy is bringing in international business people from all over the world, and they've completely taken over Texas, and old people in Texas, steer and oil and steer are not having it. You can see here new contracts for business coming into Texas. You can see new alliances happening, and they're bringing not only the green economy, but they're bringing liberal ideas. And here it is, the world coming in. These are international technologies, new technologies. We have the flying cars coming. We've got the electric cars coming, etc. World knowledge, world investments. Look at the Republican response. I don't want to change. I like my steer, even if they all froze to death last month. It's like completely out of touch that economy is dead. And I'm sorry to say, with a 4 cups as the outcome, yeah, they're going to lose. But unfortunately, they could have been a part of the new economy, but they chose not to.
That is so very interesting. I have the 8 of Pentacles, that trustworthy and that Wheel of Fortune. That trustworthy and that Wheel of Fortune. They realize what happened. We're not talking about the people you cannot change their mind. They would, suffer in the deepest, darkest hole and still say, Texas is Republican. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the general population there. The general population understood something that, they're not trustworthy. There's something going on. And the karma came around of all of the stuff that they were doing. We also have the Queen of Pentacles, which is that practicality. We win wishful thinking. We wish that they wouldn't have had to have gone through that. We wish that most people are wishing that they were on the grid. They didn't have to do all of that. So they're wishful thinking. So we also have the star of the show, which is the Republicans that have been a star of the show in Texas for quite some time. They're going to be laid to rest. I also have the Knight of Cups, which always represents Biden for me, and is political. So Biden, Democratic, and political. So there you have it. I honestly believe that eventually, especially maybe by the next rotation, that there's going to be enough of a pool to pull that blue. If Texas goes blue, I think we should celebrate. You know what I mean?
Maybe
even the cards say that it's going to go blue, and I still sit back and go, I don't know.
Do you think it might have gone blue last time, but the voting machines were fixed or worked on or something?
No, I don't think there was any voting machines or anything like that. I honestly believe that they had some suppression going on in Texas, and therefore that's what happened.
Oh, okay, because they don't even, from what I understood, they didn't even have paper ballots there. That it was all done electronically.
No, they did have. People were driving up in their cars because of COVID, and they didn't have to get out of their cars, and they could drop it in the mail and drive away. And the voter suppression laws in Texas, they were saying, no, you have to physically get out during a pandemic, and you might die, but you have to physically hand it to them so that you can potentially get contaminated and die, and then we'll let you vote.
Yeah, I think maybe, Whimsy, you'll have to turn your mic down a little bit. You're really, really loud.
Okay, it's because I'm talking into it. I'll talk away from
Okay, yeah. It's like I lean in for Lynn and go like this for Wims.
Yeah.
But I think you're right. I think that had a lot to do with it was the voting suppression that just made it hard, too hard. So, what do you think, Lynn?
Yeah. I still think there was something going on there, that some of the votes were moved, changed, or flushed.
Well, here's the thing about the voting the voting machines. They're not hooked up to anything. They can't be changed. You go in, you punch in what you want. Then whatever you punched in, it reads out and it gives you a paper that you look at, and then you hand it to somebody else who counts it. That machine cannot, it's not even hooked up to the internet. It is just a functioning machine. There's no way of anybody getting in there manipulating it. It's impossible. So that's all those machines, the Dominion machines.
Look at your ballot after you punch it.
Yep, after you do it, it's electronic, and then it prints it out for you, and then you look at your ballot. You make sure everything is correct, and then you hand it in as if it was a normal ballot.
Oh, okay, that's interesting because
and that was something that they did, was they had the Dominion, everything that was entered into the Dominion offline matched up with the ballots. There was everything matched up.
Yeah, this wasn't anything about Dominion, but I heard on one of the, I don't know, it was regular news in the last couple of weeks, and they were saying that there were some counties that didn't even have paper ballots there, and I thought I didn't
That
think
is weird.
right, and I actually backed it up and listened to it again.
Okay.
So that's what surprised me, because I thought, well, was some of them where they didn't even print out paper ballots and it all went electronically? But anyway, it's always interesting when I hear something like that, because I feel like I don't know much about what's going on sometimes, no matter how much I try.
Nope, that is weird. Yeah, I would definitely look into it. And if you're living in Texas, check out all of those. Thank you, Lily. Check out all of those things, and always be aware of what's going on in your county, in your state, in your city, so that, just be aware. All right, so what do we got next?
Cool. We have a great question from Carol Bastian. Carol Bastian writes, in general, will the Biden administration be able to prosecute those who committed treasonous acts during the Trump era, or will most of the big fish slip away? What happens to Trump and family, Barr, Pompeo, Stephen Miller, Giuliano, and the various senators and representatives?
Okay, so will they be able to
feeling about it? Yeah.
Okay.
That's a lot of questions.
I think, will they be prosecuted, I think, is really the question.
Will prominent people be held accountable? Is that kind of?
Mhm.
They're going to go get all the little guys.
I don't think so. I'll go first. I have the Nine of Swords, which is the anxiety about it. It's like the anxiety, like too many fish to fry, and it would be a long term. They would put a whole bunch of energy into going after them all. I also have the pride involved in all of this. The pride. You see how they're all trying to reach for the same goal, but I also got missed opportunity. I don't think so. I think that I don't think the bunch of them, maybe we can go after like several of them, but I really do feel like it's like let's concentrate on something else. Let them fish go, and just ruin their careers or something. Get them another way.
I got that. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
I got that. They're going to get some of the smaller people, and they're actually going to even put them in jail. And they're going to hope that satisfies the rest of the people. They are going to know everything that was going on. But this card's backwards. They're going to know, but they don't think that they're not going to bring it out in open or waste their time on it, just like you just said. They're not going to waste their time on it. They're just going to walk away from it. But something's coming through really fast. And the minute I turn this card over, I think there's going to be some stuff coming out really fast about January 6th. And it's going to shock your average person, and it's going to make a lot of people stay up late. And Biden's going to be behind taking care of this, and he's going to want these people to be out in the cold. So I got two different, it's like the reading just took off and went two different directions. But some of the lower people are going to end up in trouble, but they're not going to get all of that pie. So that's what I felt. That's what I got there.
Wow. Oh, I just wanted to give gratitude to Catherine Bush for the generous donation. I didn't get a chance to do that. And also Lily Adorno. Thank you so much for your donations, everyone. You know, it's interesting going into these cards because it looks like when I put myself in the shoes of Biden's presidency, that what's happening right now, he has to be very judicious because of trying to develop what's going forward internationally. You can see the legacy that he took on, but you can also see over the water abroad the foreign relations between us and, you know, he has to think in terms of long-term diplomatic relationships with these countries, because this has an aspect to it of diplomacy. The Three of Wands is about your ship coming in, how you're communicating with someone, potentially another country, etc. Our legacy of how we communicate with the outside world. We're leaving Afghanistan. Afghanistan, in many ways, Russia felt that Afghanistan was a huge success for them because they went in and they modernized Afghanistan, got the women into university, women became doctors, etc. And then when we pressured Russia to leave, everything collapsed. So the fact that we're leaving Afghanistan, leaving it open, could show some wiggle room to give Putin part of what he wants. And you can see here the negotiation between us and these foreign countries, and also the people that have been caught, is about the hidden money. It's always about the money, and the money that you took overseas and you hid it in crypto coin, you hid it in foreign bank accounts, millions, billions of dollars, possibly trillions of dollars slipping out of the United States. What we want, what's killing this country, what the real reason we're bankrupted is this. Just tell us where the money's going. Start giving us some information, because you have a final outcome of the Two of Cups. So I think there's international wheeling and dealing. I think people are going to start showing how they hid their money. I think informants are going to show them where this overseas account is, that overseas account is. I think that we're going to be happy with whatever sanctions we gave Putin, because we need to move on and think about the international consequences. And that's what it looks like, unfortunately. Like Lynn said, they'll get the small people, but the big people, if it has an international feel to it, I don't think so.
Yep. All right. What we got next?
Well, that was depressing.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing: is we still have poetic justice, so it's not like it's all lost. We have poetic justice, people in their lives and what they're going to happen and how they ran it, and you know. So I always hold on to that too. We're not the only judge out there.
Very true. Okay, this is not a question. It's more just a request from one of our fans. This is from Julie McNeely, and she writes, "Please send me love and light. I lost my baby brother to COVID 2 days ago. He tested negative last week. This is how fast the disease can progress. He tested negative last week. He quit breathing and flatlined on the way to the hospital on Wednesday morning. She says, I'm broken, and she's heartbroken and angry. Thank you. If we could just send prayers and any messages of peace to her."
Let's just be quiet for a moment. Close our eyes in the light. You are surrounded by divine love. Okay.
All right, and we just send love, prayers, and blessings to everyone who has suffered because of the pandemic. It's been difficult, and yeah, just have to pray that we can get through this. All right, so how's everybody feeling? Are you ready for some more blitzes?
Let's do it.
Okay, well, that sounds fun. Let's keep going here. So, question from Sunny Sands. I like that name, by the way. How's that for a great nom de plume? Sunny Sands. Something tells me I know where she likes to go on vacation, or he.
Sunny beaches.
That's right. All right. She, he, or they writes, what will the juror's verdict be in the Chauvin trial? If guilty, how many years in prison do you think he'll get?
Well, let's do one or the other. Let's do the first one, the first question.
He's convicted, and we might be able to see, if you get a sword, you might be able to tell years, months.
Yeah. How many years? I did watch yesterday that he refused to testify in his own trial. He refused. If you watch it, now I was watching this on another channel too, on YouTube. But if you watch it, because I had to watch it again, he's like smirky as he's doing it, arrogant as he's like denying to testify in his own trial. All right, let's see what the deliberation. When I shuffle, it's so loud. I'm sorry.
Hmm.
Could he get 3 counts against him?
I don't know the exact counts.
No, they've got 3 different deals, but could they get him on all 3 of those, or do they have to choose one?
Or are you talking about first degree, second degree, third degree kind of murder? I think it's just one.
I got the 3 for like 3 counts against him.
Oh.
Well,
I know that.
And
He's it could be multiple counts, not just manslaughter. He can also be charged with other things.
and it looks, because I think they're going to charge him with more than one of those. I've got the 3 of cups, and he has.
I really don't know.
And
it says right here. It says now from Google, Chauvin now faces 3 charges.
okay.
Those being second degree unintentional murder and third degree murder. He also faces a lesser charge of second degree second degree manslaughter. But the question is,
yes,
can he be charged for all of them?
Yes, they're all separate crimes. They're all separate charges.
I'm going to get all 3. And I think it's because the attorneys did such a good job, and because the world's watching, and justice is definitely coming through. So that's yes, he will be convicted. Also, my personal feelings, or whatever, I don't know if they're personal or whatever, but what's been bugging me, if something happened that somebody was hung up or he got out of this, it would probably start riots all over. What do you think?
I can't imagine the reaction if he gets scot-free. I can't.
Yes, but it looks like there's no way. We got the King of Swords here for the future. Yeah, they're coming down on him hard on all 3 counts. So
What'd you get, Whimsy?
I don't think it's good news for him. You can see 10 of Swords, which is also a feeling of betrayal. And they've talked about the fact that his own people he was not liked by other police officers. He had a terrible reputation. People tried to befriend him. When I did a remote, he had accusations against him by other officers, threats of physically hurting them. 10 of Swords, like I said, would indicate that he feels betrayed. But also betrayal is associated with a wife's card. You know, he's someone who like Trump feels that everyone's out to get him. Justice will be served because the Constitution is the ethos, and that's the outcome. But 10 of Swords is pretty bad. If you're looking at swords as years, it could also indicate 10 years in prison. Because swords are years cards. That's not good.
I have weird cards. This kind of gave me a feeling of another reading that I had done on somebody else who took himself out before he got into prison. And heartbreak.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Right here it says canceled events. So he canceled events, canceled life, canceled everything that he has. And then we have the, subdue your inner demons. That, the strength card also talks about subduing your inner demons, which would be prison. He's not able to enact his bad behavior. But this is the one that threw me right off the bat. So I had gotten this one time when somebody else took themselves out before they got into prison.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, because you've got the coffin card.
Yeah, I got the coffin card. I got temperance, and then I got the heartache of like he's not going to serve any time because he's going to take himself out. But that is always subject to change, because if you ever have somebody that feels like that or thinks that that's what they're going to do, it could change day by day actions. But that was like, came across really strong. Like if he thinks, if he gets convicted, he's just going to take himself out. He's not going to do it. He's not going to do it.
Wow.
Weird.
So we're probably going to have to close at 1:20 because I have a patient at 1:30. So you have I'm sorry, I know. But
It's
we
okay.
had so much fun. We've been at this for a while. Sheila, you had something you wanted to ask us, or what was the closing question?
The closing question is, what are you compassionate or not passionate about? Not compassion. What are you passionate about? So, Lynn, you go ahead. What are you passionate about?
Well, the thing I'm the most passionate about, I keep trying to figure out how we're going to fix it. And I guess we're going to fix it by starting to teach in the schools. But when I was a young child, the first thing I remember learning about the Revolutionary War and everything that or even people coming to America, was to separate church and state. And that would be my goal, to start teaching civics in school and teach it on all different levels, not wait till they get in high school and then throw it in there and it's like a foreign thing coming in, because it was already like that in the 50s. You didn't hear that much till you got into it. But to start teaching civics at different levels, all the way through the lower grades and then up into high school, so people would know, that there was three branches of government and how it worked. And there's so many people right now out there, especially the news media doesn't help. They add to this, that are always going on and on about people protesting like it's something nasty and something they shouldn't be doing, instead of that's our right. Peaceful protest is our right, under our constitutional law, and very few people even know that. I know that I talk to and stuff; they don't even know that that's so. I'll let it go with that. But I wish there was some way to start civics young in the schools.
All right, who's got the siren? Is it you?
Hey, it's downtown Portland. We always got the sirens going.
So you're passionate about teaching people about peaceful protesting. Is that what you were?
Not just peaceful protesting, but to start teaching the children young in the schools on civics.
Yeah.
Our government and how it works, and teach on each level coming up. Don't just wait till they get into high school and all of a sudden say, oh, you got a civics class, and they've never heard about it, don't even know what the word means, and they walk in there and they're not going to pay any attention anyway. But literally teach government, our government, and the different things around it all the way up. And what I was talking about, the protest, a lot of grown people don't even know it's legal to protest because they don't know that much about our government. So anyway, I was just quiet here. I guess
Well,
I'm
you know,
about it because I really get into it once we get going.
I agree. I think we should definitely teach that. I know that we've all learned in the last 4 years how our government works by fire hose, because we had to get it there and figure out why things were so wonky and what was going on. So I know that that has happened. But Whimsy, what do you got?
Not politics, believe it or not. I think honestly, I'm a typical Aries girl. I'm passionate about travel. I want to travel all over the world, and I want to eat the food. Like I said, typical Aries. We're like babies. We want to put everything in our mouths. I want to like travel to remote areas. I want to see, Timbuktu, and I want to smell the air and taste the food and talk to the people. And what do you believe? And how do you worship? And how do you pray? And I just love learning about people and learning about the world and eating great food.
Well, that's something that Geminis and Aries have a lot in common in that area, because Geminis also connect on that level. I am very compassionate about nature. I want to be out in it. I want to roll around in it. I want to, to swim in rivers, and I want to hang from the trees, and all of that, and hike in it, be in it, sleep in it, all of it. I would do the nomad life easily if I didn't have children and dogs and, all that good stuff. But that's what I want to do. I have that compassion in me to go just be in nature constantly. So that's what I got.
I agree with you about the nature thing. I mean, I physically feel so much better when I'm in nature.
Yeah. It's almost like you go from city into nature, and it's like this veil that sits there. And once you pass through that veil, you already feel better getting out of the city. It's like a veil. I always feel like it's a veil. But thank you, Lynn, for being here. Fantastic. Everybody go check out her channel. She has a lot of great stuff on her channel. And I hope you will come back as a guest whenever we do this.
I'd love to, and I want to thank you both for inviting me. I feel privileged to. Anyway, grateful.
Aww.
Thank you so much.
Well,
You're welcome, hon.
We were privileged to have you here, and thank you to everyone who decided to spend your day with us. If you haven't had a chance yet to do so, be sure and share, like, subscribe, click the bell notification, and I guess that's it. I guess we're out of here. So,
we're out of here. Like, all right, everyone. Thank you so much. Let's pose for the last picture so that we don't go out looking goofy.